Hey everybody, it's Trigger Bar Philosopher. Welcome back out to the channel. I have an exciting comparison for us today. We're going to be taking a look at two Huxwrx suppressors. We're going to be looking at the older technology, which is the 762 QD. We're going to be comparing it with the new Huxwrx 762 Flow TI. Let's get to shooting. All right, so what are we looking at today? We are looking at this new Flow technology can and the titanium versus the regular QD. See, it's a little bit thicker, a little bit shorter, a whole lot lighter. We're looking at somewhere around 19 ounces for this QD one versus 11 ounces for this titanium one. That makes a real difference. We're going to see if we can tell a difference in terms of shootability, recoil, all those things, felt recoil on it. I also want to do just a little bit of an update on my rifle. You can see I have an ADM mount and riser because I do have some fun nighttime things. We have the Vampire, Surefire Vampire, because again, we can do some fun nighttime things. And one short update is I did take my loft folder off. One, it saves some significant weight off the rifle. So you start to add all these things on your rifle, it just keeps weighing more and more. Sometimes simple is mo better. Also, with the folding stock, it's great, but I did have a couple of failures with it. Now, I was the moron behind the issues with those. I'd accidentally lubricated the gaskets on the loft folder, and that caused them to fail, but it failed in a catastrophic way in that when I lubed up my bolt, I could not get the bolt back in the gun or the plug for the loft folder back in the gun, and that rendered the gun done until I got some new O-rings for it, which loft folder sent me for free, but that's still important to know. So it's off this gun. Now that I have my PSA Jackal that folds, I have a foldy 300 blackout, so I don't feel like I need that anymore. All right, enough yappity yap. Let's get to shooting. Okay, so what we have on first is we have the QD on. We're going to shoot at this first target for 5 shots, transition to a second target, see if this extra weight makes any difference in terms of felt recoil, muzzle flip, and being able to get up and on a target. So let's get to shooting. Still pretty fun no matter what, shooting subsonics. Okay, well now we have the 762 Flow TI on. I definitely can feel when that weight is all at the end of the muzzle. I can just tell you from right now that extra papaya leaf difference between these two suppressors is going to be worth it in that regard. It just feels more maneuverable. But let's see what we do on target. I don't think we have anything objective to measure it, but you never know when you get to shooting it what happens. All right, and here we go. 6 shots, 6 shots. Well, I think objectively, if we just take a look at the targets, this last one didn't have a drop. I think this one had a drop with each round, but it just feels like, I feel like it's manipulating a little bit better as I come up on. So I don't know, for me, I think that there is a difference. Let's do one test. Let's do one test and see accuracy wise if there's any difference. We're going to take subsonics to 50 yards and we're going to bench rest. We're going to see if we get any difference in, we're not really going to measure point of impact shift, but we're just going to measure in a 5-shot group, same ammunition type, if there's, much deviation in it. Let's check that out. We first up have some 208 grain AMAX bullets. We got our target downrange, 50 yards. We have the TI Flow. We're going to aim at the top target first. We're shooting for groups here. All right, far it looks like they're all going lower left. So we'll load up, we'll switch the cans, and we'll see if we get a comparison. We were going over what was the average. Average was close to 1,000, so 990. Standard deviation seemed pretty big from 1039 to 923. That's pretty huge. Shame on you, AAC. All right, well, we have the QD can on now. This is the all steel, the one that's 19 ounces. We're gonna see how it does with accuracy downrange. Again, we're shooting for groups. The previous ones were off the paper a bit. Doesn't really matter. We just take a look at the size of the group. Right, looks to be very much in the same position, which is quite interesting. Let's go downrange, take a look at it. For our averages, it looks like it had a higher average, which is interesting. It is a little bit longer can, but it could be, I think we're still within the variation of 5-round averages. So I wouldn't make much into that. You could say, hey, 30 feet per second is enough of a difference to make a difference, but I actually think that's within the average range of what this AAC is going at. So that 5-shot range will be different than another 5-shot range. Let's go down range, take a look. Okay, so let's just take a look at, this is the top 5-shot group, which was the TI. This is the bottom, which is the steel, so the regular QD one. Again, you may see there, this one is definitely a little bit tighter than this one, but I think that's just within the variation. Remember, we had a huge standard deviation. That could be any one of these rounds, just, by the loading of that ammunition. So I wouldn't read into much. I think it's a draw in terms of accuracy with it. Okay, well, today we're just going to finish up with our after range review. We had the Huxwrx QD 762 and we had the Huxwrx Flow TI 762. I think there is a significant difference. Those 8 ounces on the end of your gun, that's enough of a difference to make a difference in my opinion. I want to give credit to my buddy out there. You know who you are. I want to thank him for lending me his TI version. I wish I had gone with the TI version. I didn't. I've got the QD version, and that's the one you're going to see in the videos going forward. But everyone give him thanks for letting us check this new one out. Trigger Bar didn't have to make that extra expense of buying one just to bring this video for you today. Let me know what you guys think and the difference between these two cans. What makes these cans great is they are flow-through technology. There's very little back pressure, which means that your regular piston or gas-driven gun isn't going to have a whole lot of changes to it in order to get it to cycle the subsonic ammunition. And then also, you're not just breathing in all those toxic gases. So this is certainly, either one of these suppressors is what I would recommend for you on these 300 blackout type systems. Let me know what you guys think. Put it in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate everybody, and let's get to shooting.